Hi guys, it's Guidance with Compassion here with another reading. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about the astrology that's taking place in the month of May. I thought I'd add this on to the beginning of the monthly readings, so to give you a bit more of insight, so you can take this into consideration along with your reading. Astrology is something that I'm interested in, so I thought this would be something that you would enjoy and it would be beneficial to you, viewers. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to be talking about the major transits, things that are taking place, things like retrogrades, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, Pluto, stuff like that. I won't be talking about every single transit, but ones that I think that would be of importance that you should, keep in your mind's eye, have a think about, have that in the back of your head, like, oh, this is taking place this month, so, this may affect me X, Y, and Z, if that makes sense. Yeah? Okay. So first I'll start with May 4th. May the force be with you. And on May 4th, starting is a Pluto retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. And this is taking place until the 14th of October. So it's a long transit, yeah? It's not something it's a slow burn, I would like to describe it as, yeah? So Pluto, the lord of death and transformation, yeah, goes retrograde. So this can mark a period of major metamorphosis and rebirth within you, yeah? But this period can also be deeply gratifying. One can bring you closer to your true self if you know how to handle it. Yeah. So with this in mind, it's like letting you know that whatever is happening in your life is for your highest good. Don't try. I'm getting in my head like the Tower card. Let it fall, let it burn. Yeah. Because this brings you to your better self. I always have in my head the phrase, your new life, will cost you your old life. Yeah? So you can't hold on to what you currently have, holding on to the past, because you say you want to move forward, you say you want this in your life, you want love, etc., what it is, job, career, new place to live. But things are going to have to change. The foundation is going to have to change. The tower's got to fall. And then there's a new slate, new space. Everything is clear for spirit to create what you want. But you've got to have faith. You've got to let it happen. Yeah? And it's not going to happen overnight. So you have to have a little bit of patience. I don't want to say a lot of patience, because often we live in this world where it's like instant gratification. Now. But, I always say, if you've been watching my channel, anything that is worthwhile, it takes some time. Slow and steady wins the race. So I'll carry on. So a Pluto transit is most profound of all the planetary transits. It is nothing less than a total and complete transformation from one way of being to another. In nature, this is best illustrated by the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. So you can get with that description. That doesn't happen overnight. There's a lot of time into the caterpillar becoming a butterfly, and a lot of rest, a lot of lean back. And in my head, I'm getting a lot of feminine energy from that. A lot of times we're in our masculine energy, we want to do something. We feel like we should be doing something in order to go here. We need to do stuff. And yes, that is somewhat true. We do have to make concerted effort in some places, but it shouldn't be like bam, bam, bam. We have to always, there needs to be a balance to it. We allow spirit to help us out. You ask for help, and then you go out and you decide to do something, and it's like, well, hold on, let me help you out. Let me guide you. Yeah. So it's just like, you have to key into your intuition, your discernment there, to be like, spirit will kind of give you a hint, like, do this. You'll have, like, for me, an example, I get a feeling in the pit of my stomach, my gut. It's like, do this. And the thought won't go away. And it's like, okay, let me do this. And you may not know why, but eventually when you do it, some events may materialize after that, and you think, oh, okay, Spirit was guiding me this way. This is why. This is leading me this way. It's leading me closer to what I want, my manifestation. Yeah? But you have to trust. You have to have faith. And oftentimes when we can't see what's happening, behind the scenes, we think nothing's happening. But that isn't the case. Yeah? Everything is happening. It's just that we're not privy to all the information. And rightly so, because Spirit doesn't want to reveal all their secrets and they want to surprise you. Yeah? So the nature of a Pluto transit is to prompt metaphysical death in service of a rebirth into something ultimately more true. We become more authentic through the confrontation with and processing of shadow material and past trauma. The transit brings toxic habits to light in order to be cleansed and transformed. Pluto can transform your toxic relationships, Venus, toxic emotional patterns, the Moon, or toxic attitudes towards work and status, Saturn. Actually, it all depends on where Pluto functions in your chart, where it is transiting and what natal house it rules. In order to change us, Pluto must unearth what is rotten. However, if we accept and allow the process to happen instead of fighting it, we can come out closer to ourselves than we ever have before. Exactly. You have to allow things to take place. I know it may be painful. It's like, oh, I don't want to lose this person. This person is leaving my life, or this is happening. Oh, my things are not happening with my job. But if you wanted a better job, maybe Spirit is doing this because they need to remove you from the situation in order for an opportunity elsewhere that's better aligned with your wants and needs to take place. The same way with a toxic relationship. You're comfortable. You're used to this person. You're afraid of the unknown. But it's like Spirit needs to remove them from your life in order for you to have a better relationship with people who are more aligned with your own thoughts, your ambitions, where you want to go, more compatible to your needs. Yeah, and that is new, that is scary, but you need to break through that in order to get over to the other side. And so this Pluto retrograde is happening in the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius thrives on innovation, individuality, and things eccentric. So this is the perfect time to step off the beaten path and pursue what genuinely excites you, even if it feels a bit out there at first. Yeah? So it's embracing the new change. As I said, Aquarius is major thoughts are happening at the same time, but let me slow down. Aquarius marches to the beat of their own drum. Yeah? They're unafraid, Aquarians, to feel or look weird, to do something not everyone's doing. They're not a sheep mentality. They're quite happy to do things alone. And so to embody this kind of energy, yeah? In order to get something you've never had before, you need to do something different. Yeah? And it doesn't have to be so, oh, I'm gonna go off around the world by myself. No, it doesn't have to be something extravagant. It could be, oh, let me start a new class, an art class. There's people there I don't know, but I may meet people that I'm compatible with and create great friendships. Join the gym. You've been thinking about it and you've been umming and ahhing. Maybe you've been a bit fearful of it and thinking, oh, people are going to stare at you. You're going to be on your own. You're going to have anxiety. I'll keep it real with you. No one's looking at you in the gym. They're more focused about themselves. Yeah? Half the time when I go to the gym, people are just taking selfies or on Instagram and stuff like that. No one is looking at you whatsoever. So you don't have to be afraid about looking silly or not knowing what you're doing. Yeah? So Pluto retrograde will occur in Aquarius, a fixed air sign celebrated for its forward thinking, rebellious energy. Aquarius thrives on breaking boundaries, embracing individuality, and challenging societal norms. So this retrograde will bring themes of freedom, independence, and self-expression to the forefront. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit meh about your 9 to 5 grind, your daily routine, or the same old social circle. Consider this as your excuse to explore unconventional career paths, join a new community, or explore new philosophies that challenge your way of thinking. Keep in mind that Pluto retrograde in Aquarius will also turn the spotlight on how technology influences your life. So this is also a great transit to reevaluate your relationship with digital spaces, innovation, and the role that they play in shaping your future. So you could be like thinking, oh, maybe I'm spending too much time on the internet, on social media. I want to go outside, be one with nature. Or you could be doing the opposite of that. I'm not spending enough time on social media, and maybe I need to embrace it more in my life. It seems like this is the way the world is going, so let's see what's going on, you know? Use your discernment, use your intuition, don't go overboard. Do what's right for you, yeah? Okay, so we also have a full moon in Scorpio on May 12th, yeah? So the moon in Scorpio creates the need to delve into your feelings as deep as possible, because Scorpio is a very deep sign. You deserve meaningful emotional exchanges now that more than ever. Sorry, I can't read my notes for some reason. You deserve meaningful emotional exchanges now more than at any other time, even if it is not easy and you are forced to change many things. Shallow relationships do not satisfy you, because they are not purifying enough. Yeah? So you could be looking back. You can see this works in tandem with the Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius. How, you know, you may look at relationships, be it toxic or not, and you just feel like, I'm moving in a certain way. I'm moving in a certain way in my life. And although we were compatible at a time, I don't feel like we're moving in the same direction. You know, it could be like you have friends with people you used to work with, and the bond was that you would complain about your job. But now that you've got a better job and you're actually fulfilled and you're enjoying it and you're enjoying going to work every day, you don't really have much to talk about. That person is still stuck in the mindset of complaining, negative mindset, negative thought patterns, and you're not. And you can't bond. And it's not personal. But then you decide, okay, well, I'm just, you know, moving more in this direction. And there doesn't really need to be a conversation. Maybe for some people, if it's a romantic relationship and you think, yeah, the way I thought about them is not the way I think about them now. And we need to have a sit down, and I'm going to have to tell them, you know what, I don't think we're moving in the right direction and things need to end. This is where I am, and this is how I feel. Then we have a new moon on the 27th of May in Gemini, and this is a super moon. So the moon in Gemini manifests itself by the need for changes and spontaneity. Safety lies in thinking about your feelings and sharing them with others. You can be more talkative and speak with ease these days. You might have a better ability to keep a cool head, but beware, cold heart can discourage others. Harmony of thinking and feeling is important, yeah? So Gemini is a very chatty sign. Gemini, I'm a Gemini rising, so you can see I'm quite a talkative person, that I come in here, do these readings. Often you probably may look at my readings and think, stop chatting about that, tell me about this. But yeah, it encourages spontaneity because Gemini is quite, you know, free thinking. They're an air sign. They go with the flow. Yeah. So embrace that kind of energy. We are in springtime, and it's like, I'm not saying being less disciplined, but it's like, you just feel like, oh, I'm going to go and have a drink here. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to an exhibition. I'm going to go. Yeah. You just do what takes you. You go with the flow with life. Yeah. Someone invites you out. Go. Say yes. Yeah. Have some fun. Yeah. Less all work. Yeah. Life is for living. So enjoy your life. Yeah. Yes, there's a time and place to work hard, put in the effort, focus, but you need to balance that out with some fun, some joy. What do you like doing in life? Yeah? Engage your inner child. What did you used to love to do as a child? Maybe that's something that you want to think about. Have some joy. Go on a holiday. Just think, I'm going to have a trip away. Having a weekend away. I've worked hard. I'm saving. Yeah, I deserve it. Yeah? So it's good energy for the new moon. Embracing this. And you might be, maybe you or other people maybe feel the need to talk. Engage in conversations with people. Yeah? Keep it light, keep it friendly. You don't have to tell them your whole life story. But when people open up and engage, don't cut them off. Gemini is very like mixer at the party kind of energy. They talk to everyone. They're friends with everyone sort of thing. So maybe that's something that you need to embrace and could be affected in your chart. Yeah? So yeah, this is the astrology for the month of May. I hope you enjoyed these insights, these takeaways. Let me know in the comments section how it relates to you, how it may affect you in May. And let me know if you find this helpful, useful, great information. Yeah? Because I will be doing this going forward. And I will catch you in the reading. Hi guys, it's Guidance with Compassion here with another reading. So today we're reading for the sign of Gemini and we're doing your May Love General reading. So it is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, leave it there. You can wait for a future reading or you can check out any of the other readings on the channel. You can watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, whatever you feel called. Yeah, and all the readings, including this one, are timeless. Just bear with me a second. Just checking my phone is on silent. It wasn't, so I've just put that on. Yes, all the readings, including this one, are timeless. So if you see this reading after May, that doesn't mean that it's not for you. It's when you're meant to see it. Yeah? We're all on different timelines. Not everything is going to manifest for everybody at the same time. Yeah? Also, check out your yearly prediction reading, Gemini, on the channel. See how 2025 is going for you. Is it correlating with what's happened in the past few months? If it has, you might want to check out what's going on in the future. Or you might want to wait for a surprise. Watch it at the end of the year. Whatever floats your boat. And yeah. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to talk about the astrology of the month of May, yeah, before I get into the reading. So in May, on May 4th, we have Pluto Retrograde in Aquarius, yeah. So Pluto is the lord of death and transformation. So this can mark a period of major metamorphosis and rebirth. But this period can also be deeply gratifying, yeah? And it can bring you closer to your true self if you know how to handle it. Yes. So let me just read my notes a bit more. And it's in the retrograding in the sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius thrives on innovation, individuality, and all things eccentric. So this is the perfect time, depending on, use your discernment, to step off the beaten path and pursue what genuinely excites you, even if it feels a bit out there. Yeah? And I know, Gemini, you're not going to have any problem with that because you're a bit out there yourself, fellow air sign, you and Aquarius get on quite well, similar mindset. So you understand each other. I feel like this Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is not going to be a big deal for you. If anything, it's just going to enhance, probably amplify what you do. So Pluto retrograde will occur in Aquarius, and a fixed air sign celebrated for its forward thinking, rebellious energy. Aquarius thrives on breaking boundaries, yeah? Embracing individuality and challenging societal norms. So this retrograde will bring themes of freedom, independence, and self-expression to the forefront, as I said. Something that, Gemini, I think you're pretty good with. I don't think that this will be an issue for you. If anything, you'll embrace this energy. So, if you've been feeling a bit mundane, a bit like stagnant, this is probably going to fire you up. I'm getting Ace of Wands kind of energy, You probably looking, as retrogrades are, you look back and you reevaluate things and you think, I need to shake shit up. Yeah? I want to do something different. Yeah? You're feeling that kind of vibe, but use your discernment. Don't act on an impulse. But if you think, you know what, I could change this routine in my life. You know, I could be a little less disciplined, or I could change this, you know. And obviously Aquarius is all about technology as well. So you could be embracing technology, changing, you know, with social media, deciding to withdraw, or, you know, embrace it more, you know. And as I said, technology is Aquarius, if I could get my words out, sorry, I'm talking during Mercury retrograde. But Pluto retrograde in Aquarius also turns the spotlight on technology, as I said, and its influences on your life. So this can be a great transit to reevaluate your relationship with digital spaces, innovation, and also the role that it is shaping your future. Yeah? We also have a full moon in Scorpio on May 12th. So the moon in Scorpio creates the need to delve into your feelings as deep as possible, because Scorpio is a very deep sign. Yeah, when I think of Scorpio, the tarot card, death, rebirth, yeah, it's very much aligned with Pluto retrograde. So it's kind of a through line sync here. You can see why all these things are happening during May. So you desire meaningful emotional exchanges now more than any time, even if it's not easy and you're forced to change many things. Shallow relationships do not satisfy you because they are not purifying enough. So you're looking, this full moon is endings leading to new beginnings. Perhaps you've had a lot of flings or acquaintance relationships and then they've not carried much meaning, but after this full moon, you're putting an end to that and you're thinking, I want relationships with substance. I want friendships that are grounded, that are gonna last, you know, that are long lasting, that are, you know, that align with where I want to go in my life, not just in the present moment. Yeah. Then on the 27th of May, we have a new moon in Gemini, which is a supermoon in your sign. So you're going to feel this the most, Gemini. So this moon in Gemini manifests itself by the need for changes and spontaneity. Very Gemini. Yeah. Safety lies in thinking about your feelings and sharing them with others. You can be more talkative and speak with ease these days, which is very Gemini. So you might be, I know Geminis are twins, but you might be ×2 on that. Yeah. Very talkative, very chatty, very, you know, social. You just want to get out there and talk to different types of people, new people. Yeah. Right, well, you might have a better ability to keep a cool head, but beware, cold heart can discourage others. Harmony of thinking and feeling is important. Yeah. The new moon in Gemini centers on communication and community, which mirrors traits of the Gemini zodiac sign, as I said. You may experience a desire to unplug from social media and turn toward more in-person activities, or a desire to write or journal. Yeah, so as I said, you know, syncing up with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, which is all about technology, this also aligns with the new moon. Like you could be looking and thinking, oh, I spend too much time on social media. I want to get out and about, go to more physical in-person events and meet people that way. Yeah, be more social that way rather than behind a screen. Take it how it resonates for you. But also a desire to write or journal. And I've been a big pusher of a gratitude journal and journaling in general. Yeah. Like what I often do is I write, you don't have to write as many as me, you can do 1, 2, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with, you can build up from there. But I write 5 things I love about myself daily and 5 things to be grateful for. And I'm not like, there is a pattern there, there's a routine, but if I miss a few days, you know, I just come back recently from Paris, I backfilled. Yeah. And I took my time. I wasn't stressing about it. I just, you know, this is something that I want to do. I fill up the days that I missed. Then I go forward. Yeah. It's not a strenuous, like it's not a chore. It's not something that I stress. I have to force myself. It's more serendipitous energy. Yeah. It's something I want to do. It's like a hug of self-care to myself. That's what I do. But also I journal. So I talk about, you know, things that happen on that day, and I don't do that every day, sometimes I feel cool, sometimes I don't, you know how life can get. So you do it as and when, but there is a routine there. It gives me the ability to look back, look at how far I've come, see how I've weathered certain storms, but also it allows me to free up my mind, as is meditation. Like if you have a lot of stress going on, you have negative thoughts, write them down. And this allows you to have an observer mindset. You can look and think, well, actually, things aren't that bad. Why am I thinking that things are all doom and gloom? Because it's all circling in your head and you don't have space to see, oh, it's not such a big deal. Yeah? Also, with the positive moments, the joys in your life, write it down. You can look and think, I have so much to live for. I am so proud of myself. Yeah? I'm lucky. I'm thankful for my life. Yeah? So, those are my tips. Those are what's going on in the month of May that I thought was of focus. Hopefully you like this new segment. I think I will do this going forward. And so let's get into the reading for you, Gemini. Okay. Gemini. What love messages, Spirit, does Gemini need to know? There's a lot coming out there, Spirit. And how did it split? We got the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Six of Swords talks about going to calmer waters. And the Knight of Swords here is, it's not the Knight of Wands, but it's got that kind of impulsive, like fast, quick, not thought through energy. I kind of like this split. So I'm not going to put one on top of the other, but I like this split for the reading. So let me adjust my screen. Bear with me, Gemini. Let's get an oracle card, Spirit. Can I have an oracle card, Spirit, of messages that Gemini needs to know about their love life for the month of May, please? Oracle card, please, Spirit. Take that one. Peace. I like that. Because the Six of Swords is heading towards calmer waters, heading towards calmer ground, heading towards peace. You still have things that you need to deal with, these Six Swords in the boat with you, but you're getting there. You're aware, you have awareness, you know what you need to do. It's in your mind's eye, it's in your focus, just like the Queen of Pentacles. You see that she's focused on something, she's focused on her stability. Queen of Pentacles is very independent, single mother energy. She's nurturing motherly energy, one with nature, slow, steady thinking, grounded. She's an earth sign. So you could have prominent earth in your chart. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. But this is, you're heading towards the right direction, I'm hearing. You're heading in the right direction. You're heading towards this, If you're feeling that you're on shaky ground, you're not so stable, life is a little bit messy, chaotic, it's all right. You're going to get there. Two of Cups underneath that. You may have the help of someone to support you get there, Gemini. And when I said messy, I was hearing, I think it's Lola Young. It's like, well, I'm too messy and I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job and asked me where the hell I'd been. And I feel like with you, Gemini, with that song, how it's like two sides of the same coin, like mess, cleanliness. You can't do both. Well, I think everyone has that side to them. Sometimes people are a bit messy. Sometimes people are too over clean. But it's about finding the balance between the two. You can't be perfect. You're gonna make some errors. You're gonna make mistakes. But you see them, you work on them, you move forward. Okay, so let's carry on with the reading. I love this, Gemini. This is my favorite card. Happy. Happy. So if you're in a period of doom and gloom, because I did touch on that, I think at the beginning of when I was talking about the astro stuff, the astrology stuff, just know that period of, I don't want to say negativity, like, I feel like Gemini, you don't realize sometimes how good it is for you sometimes. But I'm about to tell you that it's about to get, you're stepping, I think it's because Gemini, I think you've done a lot of work and you're just tunnel vision into what you've been doing, like with the Queen of Pentacles. You're just focused on that, on the task, but you're not taking a step back, which you could learn from an Aquarius, bigger picture, and look at all you've achieved, accomplished, yeah? But the blessings are about to rain in. You're about to be very happy, Gemini, yeah? Like, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're stepping into a portal, yeah? Because we've got the Fool here as well. I feel like you're stepping into the unknown. There's a far off land that you are going to go through. You don't know what's on the other side of this this portal, this hole, you know, with the full energy, but you're taking a leap of faith. Yeah, you're stepping out there and you know you're strong enough to handle whatever's on the other side. And I think you know because you've got spirit with the Judgment card here, spiritual awakening, sounding the call. You know spirit is there to let you know, to warn you of anything that's not for your highest good. You have faith wherever you are taken in life because spirit has got your back. Yeah. And just stepping into a whole new cycle of luck. And Jupiter's in your signs too, I believe, Gemini. So that makes sense because Jupiter in your sign, Jupiter's the planet of luck, abundance, yeah? It's all turning around for you, Gemini, yeah? You're heading in the right direction. You got peace here. No place like home underneath. I think you're stepping into a period of calmness. Like, I know that we have the Knight of Swords here. And you got the star underneath, healing energy. But I feel like this is not you. I feel like this is coming towards you. Yeah? I'm hearing that. Don't forget me, like someone running after the bus. And I feel like this is you on the boat. Like they're like, did I miss the ferry? Did I miss Gemini? And I feel like you're going to see them. Like the way it is there, you're going to see them. But the old Gemini would have stayed to chat, would have, you know, wanted to give them some closure. But this Gemini is healed, yeah, with the star energy. And you're just like, I can't help everybody. And I'm on my journey. I'm on my path. I'm focused on what I got going on, yeah? I know I'm heading towards the love of my life. I only have energy for me. I don't have energy for people who are too, you know, realizing things too late. Yeah? Knight of Swords. They're not in your energy. Queen of Pentacles is not on the same level. There's no judgment here, but there are levels. Yeah? And there's a lot of work for this Knight of Swords to do. It's not for you, you realize, through all this healing, for you to help them. I'm not saying you don't want to help and you can't help, but it's like at the detriment of your own healing? No. At the detriment of your own journey? No. You're not sacrificing your love so that someone may or may not get on the healing journey. Like, I feel like you've been inspiration enough to show you do the work, this is what happens. But maybe they're seeing the blessings and they're like, hold on, I want in. They're seeing you get this Ace of Pentacles. I want in now, Gemini. I see how calm and peace your life was, but maybe it was because you're not in it anymore. Knight of Swords. Because look at the the wind, it's just like, it's very last minute chaotic, like rushing to the airport energy, rushing to the like late energy. This person is late. Yeah? Too late. And you are moving into this calm waters energy. You know, you're taking your time. There's not a huge pressure on, oh, I've got to get there at a certain time. It's just that I'm going to get there when I'm meant to get there. Yeah? I'm going to get there when I'm meant to get there. And I just feel like, Gemini, you're in a space where, like, Gemini is a happy sign anyway, but I feel like happy is times 2. You are stepping into all this joy, all this abundance. You see the iridescent colors on the wings. It's just like Rainbow City. Like, even with this Ace of Pentacles card with the portal here going through the hole, to me, this is giving me the Wizard of Oz vibes. Yeah? Where Dorothy goes on the yellow brick road. Yeah, the golden road. The golden, if I can talk, golden road. Yeah? You're walking and you're on a journey, full energy. You're not quite sure where you're going or what you're going to encounter on that path, but you know this is what you are meant to do, and you know this is where you're meant to go. And you just know that you're going to be better for it. Yeah? You're going to experience, this is going to be an experience like no other. And it's funny, the other day I channeled the song. Sorry, that was so out of key. It was like, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Yeah? And in my head, it's like, you've envisioned of this time, Gemini, you know, of a land that you heard of once in a lullaby, where dreams come like troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. Sorry, that's where you'll find me. Yeah, you're stepping into this, you know, this peace, this tranquil energy. You're walking away. You're no longer attracted to the drama, the anxiety of others, where it may seem exciting, it may seem like a buzz, but you're not on that anymore. You know, you've healed that energy. You're going towards a King of Cups, someone who has plenty of emotions to share. They're willing to share everything with you, and still have enough time to support you. They keep themselves grounded. They're not reliant on you. They don't drain your energy. They know they have responsibility to keep themselves afloat. They know it's not your responsibility to heal them. Yeah, unlike this Knight of Swords. They don't force, they don't push. They ask, they advise. Yeah? To me, this is the true representation of love for you, Gemini. You are going to meet someone that is going to show you what love is. This is going to heal love for you, I feel. Because I think like what you've received as a representation of love hasn't truly been love. And I think Spirit's coming in with this golden offer from this King of Cups. Yeah? That matches with your Queen of Pentacles. And this is someone that fertilizes you, you know, with the earth sign. They pour into you. They pour into themselves too, but they have the power, the capability to do both. Yeah, not that you're asking them, you don't need them to, but this is something that they want to do. Yeah? And they have no ill intent about it. It's just that they care about you. Of course, they want you to grow, bloom, shine. Isn't that the whole idea of a relationship, of a partnership? I think we've lost our way from that, but it's coming back around to you, Gemini. Yeah? It's a new path. New path of stability. Future's bright. Peace. And I feel like no place like home. Mending card, just like the star, healing. No place like home, because your home is now peaceful. You got 5-5, yeah? Things are changing. Home may have felt somewhere you wanted to avoid being with past people. You didn't want to go home. Now you can't wait to go home to this King of Cups. Yeah, you can't wait to tell them about your day. You can't wait to talk to them. You can't wait to see them. You can't wait to share. Whereas before, you avoided going home. You didn't want to be met with the disappointment of why they couldn't do what you asked them to do. You know, why they weren't capable. You tended to want to avoid that. Paint on a smile, but now you're not painting on the smile. The smile is genuine. The smile is authentic this time around. Not you making people feel better than what they should do. Like, all that glitters is not gold. I feel like the mask is off, Gemini. I feel like this is for you and for, the past. You've got, well, I think like with the King of Cups, like both of you take your masks off. You are authentic to each other. You're genuine. You're truthful. I think before, in your previous relationship, both of you wear masks. Yeah? You wanted to please each other. You wanted to fit that image that you thought that person wanted. But was it what you wanted? It wasn't. But now, all that's at the end. Yeah? It's gone. You've left your mask here on this fool's gold. You're no longer of that. You're not on that perfectionist, shiny, smiley, perfect. No. You take your time, you make mistakes, but you're you. Yeah? You're genuine. You've been healing. Yeah? And with the star in the spread, sorry, not in the spread, in the deck, where is it? You're vulnerable. Yeah? Before, you may have not wanted to make mistakes. Now you're willing to. You realize that I need to get all the mess out in order to fix it. Yeah? You need to see everything underneath the surface, to mend it, to heal it. You're not hiding from things. You actually are like, bring it up to the surface so that I can fix it, so I can work on it. Yeah? Unfinished symphony. I feel like this is you, Gemini. Like, you're not a finished article. You're not perfect. But that's okay, which brings in your loyal heart. You're not trying to be anymore. You're not trying to be like, I know everything, I know where I'm going. You may have some idea, but, there's still a mystery about life. There's still wonder. And with the full energy, that's okay. You're willing to go into directions where you have no idea what you're doing. But you have the strength and guidance to go where you're meant to, into the right path. Yeah, and the fact that you have loyal heart here, you being your clumsy oaf of a self, I know I'm a Gemini rising, it's leading you to your dream partner, the loyal heart. Yeah, your King of Cups. The one that doesn't matter. Oh, you fell over, you forgot this, or you're late. It's all right. It's not a big deal. And when I say late, like, I know I've said late about this person, but this is a consistent pattern. Whereas with you, Gemini, it's just like, not every day is going to be on your A game. That's fine. You do your best. But this person is not the same. Yeah? They're more like last minute, no planning, no thought through, Do you know what I'm saying? It's not the same energy. But yes, Gemini, May is going to be a stellar month for you and you're going to be very happy. So let me know in the comment section if you resonate with this story. Is this something that's correlating in your life? Let me know in the comment section. Tell me, share your story if you feel called. Like the video if it resonated with you, enjoyed it. Share it with friends, family if you feel the messages are relevant for them. Subscribe to the channel so you can see all the readings that I post on there. You know, you keep updated with the content. You know, I'm doing a lot of different readings, so feel free to check them out on the channel. And if you enjoy the readings, you've come back multiple times, why don't you subscribe? Like, the only reason that you come is for the readings, the content. You must enjoy it, so subscribe. And smash the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload new readings to the channel. Check out your yearly prediction reading. And let me know, are you enjoying the astrology chat at the beginning to let you know what's occurring in May? Give you some insight, prepare you a little bit. Let me know. Let me know if this is a good addition to the readings, because that's something that I'm going to introduce, something new. All right, and I'll catch you next time.